Hey, what's up guys, it's Marf and welcome back to another video. Before I jump into what I want to talk about today, I just want to let you guys know that currently I'm running on around 3 hours of sleep, so I apologize if I am not as enthusiastic or as, lively as I usually am. Yeah, 3 hours of sleep is, well, it's not a lot. Anyway, today I wanted to talk a bit about Asphalt Xtreme because it's recently had a bit of a resurgence in my opinion, not, the game itself, but just kind of in my eyes. Recently, a couple months ago, I just gave the game another download. I gave it another shot because I know they had some changes. They changed the soundtrack and all that sort of stuff. And I figured why not give it a shot. I forgot that I had like a level 50 max Perlini 105F, which is a B-class truck. And so that kind of helped me get back into the game, of course. But besides that, I've just been finding the game enjoyable lately, more or less because the gameplay itself not only is satisfying, it's fast, and I think it's kind of fresh, if that makes sense, even though it is, a couple years old. But I've been playing so much Asphalt 9 lately that I kind of wanted something a bit different, and going back to Asphalt 8 is kind of tough because if you don't have all of your newest cars and all that sort of stuff, it's kind of hard to get into the R&Ds and stuff, especially if you don't have a lot of currency. Whereas in Asphalt Xtreme, you have the daily events that you can participate in, but the career mode is also available as just a starting point for most players now, because some players just haven't played Asphalt Xtreme, or they don't have the career completed. I have most of the career completed in Asphalt 8, so getting back into Asphalt 8 is really challenging because, like I said, I don't have a lot of currency, I don't have that many cars, so I can't really play at a point where I'm actually kind of progressing and enjoying my experience. The gameplay is fun, of course, because it's Asphalt 8, but I'm kind of off on a tangent there. I want to go back to Asphalt Xtreme. So recently, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I downloaded it a couple months ago because I figured why not. I was browsing GameLoft's mini app store that they have. They have their own section on the app store you can visit, because I was wondering just maybe if they updated any of their old games to work with iOS 11 and above. Unfortunately, they didn't, but I saw Asphalt Xtreme, I saw that it had an update, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it another shot. So I re-downloaded it, and like I said, for the 50th time, I've been having a lot of fun with it recently. So one of the main reasons is the gameplay itself, but more specifically the long nitro mechanic. I really like how satisfying it is to chain together a bunch of long nitros, especially when you have a vehicle that has a fairly long nitro duration, like trucks and the SUVs. And especially, when you have vehicles with very low nitro duration, like the muscle cars, getting that long nitro chain going throughout an entire race is just super satisfying, and it just feels awesome. Now, the way that this game sort of immerses you is very interesting, and I think it's a bit better than Asphalt 9, because when you trigger nitro, when you do different actions, there's a color shift just like in Asphalt 8, and things change, and there's just a nice visceral sound that goes along with it, and it just makes the game very satisfying to play for more than a couple races, as opposed to Asphalt 9, where you kind of feel burnt out after a couple races. Whereas in Asphalt Xtreme, once you get those long nitros going, you just kind of feel pumped up and you want to play more. And I just like how satisfying this game's mechanics are to trigger and whatnot. Not only that, I mentioned that the game had a soundtrack update. They got rid of a lot of parts of the old soundtrack and brought in a lot of new tracks. Now, in my opinion, I don't necessarily think it's better than the old soundtrack, but I still think it's better than, let's say, Asphalt 9's soundtrack. So I definitely enjoy the soundtrack in Asphalt Xtreme, and yeah, if you haven't heard the new soundtrack, give it a shot. Like I said, I've been enjoying it, yeah, it's definitely really nice to listen to. It just helps to kind of create the atmosphere of the game and sort of that intensity, and I think that's kind of what Asphalt 9 is missing. In Asphalt Xtreme, it feels, kind of extreme every once in a while, where you feel like you're in the race and whatnot. And I know these concepts are kind of hard to describe, just me talking to you. Of course, I'm gonna have gameplay on screen so you can kind of see what I'm, talking about. But just in general, I think this game is just a bit more visceral than Asphalt 9. You'll see in the game when I trigger long nitros and stuff like that, the kind of color, it shifts around, and it just creates a more immersive experience. And so that's why, in general, I've been enjoying Asphalt Xtreme more than Asphalt 9. But not only that, since in Asphalt 9 I've been playing for about a year and a half now. Yeah, I think it's been, actually almost, yeah, about a year and a half ever since the game soft launched back in February of last year, so that's actually more than a year and a half. Anyway, I think, yeah, 3 hours of sleep, very fun. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, you kind of get burnt out of Asphalt 9 because I've been playing it basically daily since it released. Whereas Asphalt Xtreme, once the game came out, after about a month or two, I just kind of left because I didn't think I was enjoying it because, of course, you had the whole double currencies and you had the oil system and whatnot. But of course, you know, now that we're all used to it, I kind of came back, like I said, a couple months ago, and just kind of, you know, rediscovering what it's like to play Asphalt Xtreme in 2019. And so I definitely recommend that you guys give it a shot if you either haven't played the game ever, or if you haven't played it recently. There's definitely events going on that you can partake in if you don't have a lot of cars. I don't have a lot of cars in this game, so, you know, it's nice. But also the fact that in Asphalt 9, if you've been playing it like I have, you probably have most of the cars, and it's very hard to get a sense of progression nowadays. It's just grinding currency. Whereas in this game, if you haven't played it before, or if you haven't played it for a while, there's actually cars to unlock and cars to upgrade and races that are uncompleted and whatnot. So, or incompleted. There's progression to go through, is what I'm trying to say. Again, 3 hours of sleep. I apologize for that. So, you know, it's definitely something that, obviously, it's not killing Asphalt 9 anytime soon, but I've just kind of been excited for this game as of recently, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys in case you haven't thought about Asphalt Xtreme for a while. And yeah, so definitely go ahead and just kind of give it a download and just, you know, give it a few races and whatnot, see if you like it. And yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.